Hey, what's good, y'all? It's C Will, and this is the Passive Income Network. On this podcast, we talk about creating assets that produce passive income, talking about stock market, online business, and cryptocurrency. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment, share it with the friends and fam. On this video, we have a special podcast feature with Cathal of Algo Casino. All right. So Algo Casino is a new decentralized casino site for the Algorand blockchain and community. Let's bring Cathal in.
Hey,
Hey,
everybody.
how's it going?
It's good. Nice to finally meet you, C. Well, I've seen your YouTube channel quite a few times, so it's good to
Nice.
be here.
Well, thank you for tuning in and tapping in.
I can't
Yeah.
wait. I can't believe I had to wait this long for an invite. This is unbelievable. But I'm finally here. Finally.
No, thank you. It's all good. We here now, so we connected, and definitely we're gonna stay tapped in with each other. So let's
Okay.
begin. All right. You want to introduce yourself to the community and then also tell them where you're at in the world.
Yeah, sure. Hey, everybody. My name is Cal Gallagher. I work for, I'm the CEO of Algorand Casino. We're based here in Ireland, in the very northwest of Ireland, in a place called Derry. And yeah, Algorand Casino. It's a pretty new casino on the Algorand blockchain. We've got some casino games out there, traditional type things you could think of, like roulette, blackjack, dice games. We hold regular raffles. We often give away 1,000 Algos a week.
Oh, nice.
And the thing that's making this a little bit more of a DeFi platform is launching very soon. We're going to have the ability for you to buy your chips, you can stake them to become the house. And what that means is we're going to share 50% of the profits taken from the casino amongst the stakers. There's no risk of loss. So even if someone goes on a huge run and wins, a few million chips, we will take the hit for that, but the stakers may not get anything, but they won't have to accept any loss whatsoever. So there's only profits coming out of the DeFi prize pool. That's where the DeFi comes from.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Well, we got some things to dive in. So no loss. This reminds me of some different investment products. Like, the bottom is capped, but the upside, we have a lot of upside still with the house. Okay. As I was talking to Dalton, some of your team, I am not a gambler, but
Okay.
I understand the entertainment, and I'm not, too versed with any of these things that you talk about in terms of like roulettes and all that. So what I would need you to do for myself and for the audience is, can you break down exactly what some of these games are and how, I guess, Algo Casino is going to operate?
Yeah, sure. I mean, so roulette's a pretty simple game. You've got a wheel. It's got 38 spaces on the wheel, and you put you spin it around. You throw a ball onto it, and wherever the ball wins, that person will win 35-1, whatever they place the bet on. So they can choose how much they want to bet.
Mhm.
They can choose what number they want to win. They can also choose if they want red or they can choose black. And then there's 2 green spots as well on there. So, I mean, over time, this is no secret. Over time, the house always wins.
Always, yes.
The mathematics is stacked against the player, so that over time, people often go on there and they win a lot quite quickly. But over time, what should happen is that the house, so Algorand Casino or any casino for that matter, should eventually start winning back anything that they've lost to start off with. And this is happening straight away. We find that we're averaging roughly, if we look at profit rather than actual win rate, we're averaging on our roulette wheel about 1.39% at the moment. Blackjack's a little bit different. So blackjack, if you've ever played blackjack, it's kind of cool game. You only get 2 cards. The dealer gets 2 cards. And the idea is you're trying to get as close to 21 as possible. But
yeah, I heard of blackjack. Yeah, I called it 21.
yeah, people call it 21 here in Ireland as well. And yeah, it's a fun game. And what happens is when people start going on a streak of losing, they tend to up their bet a little bit with the idea that, well, if I win a little bit back more this time, I can get some of that back. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. What people fail to realize often is that there is a lot of cards with a value of 10. So there's 13 cards, like value cards in the way up from 1 up to ace, or sorry, from 2 up to ace. And you've got 10, you've got jack, you've got queen, and you've got king. So that's 4 cards, all worth 10. And you've got an ace worth 11. So you should always expect a lot of those cards to come out. And people often get very annoyed when they see the dealer getting 21 or 20 a lot. It's like, there's a lot more of those cards in the deck.
I know a lot of people just don't know the rules, probably.
Yeah, it can be a little frustrating for people who look at a set of cards and they feel like, 5 is the middle. And it's not the middle value. It's way on down.
Okay. Well, so why did you make a casino? Is your background like a gambler? Like what's your role in all of like, I guess creating a casino? I'm interested in that.
My my role. So I've got a normal 9 to 5 job as well. I work on like data that comes out of clinical trials when they test drugs on people. So I help large pharma companies take that data and get it ready for submission to the FDA or to the EMA in Europe or Health Canada or wherever it is. So I've got a mathematical, statistical type background from a programming perspective. I do like to gamble as well. I do like to visit a casino. I enjoy playing poker. I'm a big fan of poker. I like to play cards a lot whenever I can. I like thinking about the mathematics behind it. I've got a very mathematical brain. And then
you be card counting?
No, I can't count that well. No, I actually don't play blackjack a lot personally when I'm in a casino.
Yeah.
The reason it was out there so early is because there was a huge demand from our community for it, and it's by far our most popular game.
Okay, makes sense.
Whereas I'm more of a roulette player, but yeah, people seem to love blackjack. So, but 6 months ago, I was playing around on Reddit, and wonderful Reddit. And I fell down this rabbit hole, started to learn a lot about Algorand, pretty new blockchain out there, green blockchain. I'm a big fan of the environment as well. And I seen these incredibly low transaction costs, which is what really, really got me is, because I've played around with Ethereum in the past and Bitcoin, and everything takes a long time, huge gas fees.
Yeah. Oh, that's a whole nother conversation there.
Oh man, so it's like Algorand just seemed like this perfect blockchain, and the more and more I read about it, how secure it is, no downtime, it just seemed like this is the place to build something, and there didn't seem to be many things out there. So yeah, I thought I would take my love of gambling, my love of blockchain tech, kind of see if I could put some things together and make some things work, and unfortunately, it's been going really, really well for us.
Nice. Well, congratulations. Very interesting. So is it like in Ireland, a lot of casinos out there, or like what's the scene like in terms of this type of industry?
Not really. In Ireland, we don't see a lot of it. When I do most of my gambling, it's actually when I'm in the States, actually, or in Spain.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time in Spain as well. I seem to do a lot of gambling out there. And Poland, when I'm in Poland, there's a lot of casinos. It's like every hotel has its own casino. It's incredible. So yeah, we don't see a lot of it. We do play a lot of poker here. It's kind of like the US. Poker, Texas Hold'em is really, really popular in home games. But for a casino type style, we don't have these huge poker rooms like we would see in Vegas or in Los Angeles or even in places like Miami. We don't really have a huge number of those poker rooms. And something I feel is lacking here. And then who knows, maybe it'll come someday.
Yeah, hopefully. I know gambling is huge, like, so I'm definitely not anti or anything. I just, I like to definitely invest, and if I do a little gambling, it might be on an altcoin, something random like that. That's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, I mean, there's often a negative stigma with gambling, and rightly so at times. It can be addictive. Some people get in very deep and unfortunately can end up losing an awful lot of money, and that's not what we're going for. We want people to have fun. We want people to win a little bit. Of course, it benefits us whenever they lose a little bit as well, but we want them to mostly have a good time. And we don't want people. We do have a fairly high bet amount, but it's not huge. It wouldn't match like physical casinos at the moment. And all of our games, you can bet a minimum of 1 chip, which is worth like a quarter of a cent at the moment, or maybe a third of a cent. So we're talking
Oh,
minimum
not bad.
money
Yeah.
if you want to jump in and just play around for fun. And we also do give a faucet inside of our casino. We let people have 10 chips for free every 48 hours so that they can try the games out and play around with them before they're using any of the real chips. So yeah, we try and minimize the risk, but definitely when the fun stops, please stop. If it's not fun anymore, there's no point, and you're just going to get upset. And I really don't want people, getting into financial difficulties when they're playing.
Oh no, not that. So what you brought, a few things come to my mind right now.
Okay.
Makes me think. So since you're in Ireland, I'm in the U.S. You go to Spain, you're popping around. How does regulation work with this type of application and this Web3 that anybody can hop in and actually use Algo Casino as long as they got an internet connection? How does that work with regulation, or is there any regulation?
Well, that's a great question, and something that we have been thinking about from the very, very start. So, chips is not a cryptocurrency. Okay. It is a token. You can't buy chips from us. We don't sell them to our users. We give our chips away for free. There is marketplaces out there, obviously. There is Tiny Man, there is Humble, where people can buy them. However, we don't actually sell them. So from a legal standpoint, we are a free gambling casino. So we are a free online game. Now, even so, at that, we are, you can also, if you can't get your hands on any of the free chips, you can play all of our games for free. You do need to send me an actual physical postcard, and you can ask which game it is, and I will make the bet for you. You can also enter all of our raffles, and some of our raffles are for quite expensive prizes. Our address is on the website, so you can send those in order to play the games for free. So there is a free method of entry as well in order to play. And this allows us to be able to play with our games online, as long as we do have methods of entry that are free. But even so, there is quite a few territories where we are not available, and you'll find that our website is not blocked in those territories. Everywhere we're available at the moment, we believe we are fully compliant. However, if we are contacted by one of the agencies belonging to that territory, then we'll simply have to cease in that particular territory. But at the moment, we are fully compliant.
Makes sense. Yeah, you always think about regulation and compliance when we're talking about crypto. Yeah, anything can happen. Yeah, yeah. Especially, like we said, it's a global market. People on this channel are, in many countries, U.S., Australia, Canada, multiple African countries, Europe, Asia. So I'm always curious about, what is happening, because sometimes these projects, as you said, are not available in other countries, and token offerings and things of that nature. So yeah, kudos to y'all for making it possible for people to play. It brings me to, because I know, thinking about tournaments, is there a way to have blackjack tournaments or 21 tournaments, and is y'all headed in that direction as well?
So we do have a poker app that's in development. Unfortunately, we just had to delay it recently because it simply wasn't good enough to go into public release. But when that does come out, we will have these multi-table tournaments where you can have maybe 100 people competing. They start off, and then there's a huge prize at the end for maybe the top 5 people, with the winner actually getting an incredibly large prize. Tournaments for blackjack? No, we don't have tournaments for blackjack. I suppose it's something we could potentially build a league or something with in the future, and maybe think about we could select the best players for a period of a month to win a prize. The ones who win the most games or who make the most profit could
invite only.
Yeah, potentially. That's an interesting concept. I'll be honest with you, it's not something we have actually thought about yet. We do have a NFT strategy as well, actually. I should probably mention. Yeah, so a while ago we created these NFTs. So 201 NFTs. The winning one, we give them away in a raffle type thing.
Okay.
Where the winning one would get you free entry into any multi-table poker tournament forever, as long as
that's value.
There's value in that. The idea behind it is we are hoping that it gives a lot of resale value for that particular NFT, and we have On Algo gems, we get 10% of the sale price as well. So we're hoping it sells a few times and we gain some
royalties. Yeah.
royalties on that. Exactly. And the other 200 we give away. So we ask people to buy these as tickets, but we will refund them at full price. So it was like 7,500 chips per NFT, which got you an entry to win this winning one. But then if you didn't want it, you give it back and we'll refund you all the chips.
Oh,
but
nice.
if you held it in your wallet, you would get 10 free chips every day. And we're finding
passive income. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, passive income. And this is the channel for it, right?
Yeah.
We're finding that those NFTs are starting to resell quite well on Algo gems, and actually the prices of these have been incredible. They're selling for, I think the most expensive one sold for 600 Algos.
Oh, wow.
Which is bizarre for me because we didn't think it was going to be that popular, but they are really, really popular. And so we've got a new one coming out in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Actually, it may be out already by the time this video comes out. And that one's going to allow you to get back 1% of all of your losses on the casino. And so we will release that, and people can then use it. You can only use it once, and then we would encourage you to sell it and let someone else use it again. So that NFT could go around and lots of people could claim back 1% of all of their losses. And if you've been profitable in the casino, well, you don't need to get back any of your money. You've already got some.
Yeah, get rid of that. Let someone else get some help there.
Exactly. So that's coming soon. It hasn't been announced yet, but hopefully it will. By the time this video is out, everyone will know about it. Then it'll be very exciting.
Nice, excellent. All right. Well, can you speak on like your team a little bit? We know a little bit about you. Do you have a few team members working on the codes, or is it you working? Like, how is your team structure looking?
So we have 2 developers. One is front end, one is back end. Those guys are very much involved in connecting things to the blockchain. We do buy third-party software, and we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. A lot of these things have been done many times. We're just trying to connect that wheel to the blockchain, and get us moving as quickly as possible. We have Dalton, our community manager, is fantastic. He's out there connecting with the community all the time on our Discord, on our Reddit, on our Twitter, Telegram, all these different types of technologies that I never heard of. Oh man, I'm over 40. I don't know half of these things. I'm learning every day about all these new communications. My phone never stops these days.
Yeah. Nice. Well, cool. Moving forward, we got any other roadmap updates? Like, I know the launch is Q4. A couple roadmap updates before we give the people your contact info.
Well, mostly I think we've talked about pretty much everything. We've got some NFTs. We've got a new NFT blockchain game, so that's going to be very interesting. That's developed in house. It's pretty much finished. It's going through a lot of internal testing. By the time this video will come out, it's probably about 3 or 4 weeks time after that.
Yep.
At the very end of the month, end of June, maybe a bit late here, we have an airdrop of 5 million chips for our liquidity providers.
Hey.
Yeah, that's exciting. we committed to that a long time ago, and we've delivered every time. And it feels like we're giving it away an awful lot these days. But these guys are the supporters of our project, and they should definitely be rewarded.
Hey, and we're in a bear market right now. People are struggling a little bit, so a little love from these community projects, goes a long way.
It's amazing how quiet all the social network things go in a bear market.
Yes.
And hopefully we can continue engaging with our community. We do notice that the socials have become very, very quiet. We still have a lot of active members on our site. We have about 150 unique users every day out of 1,900 registered users.
Nice.
So it's nice seeing those people coming back every single day. And yeah, we want to maintain our engagement because the bear market is going to end. We know it's going to end. We don't know when it will end.
6 months or so, maybe a year, maybe a year and a half. Who knows? It will end.
We have no idea, but it will end, and we want to make sure we're ready. We want to make sure we're in the strongest position possible. Because I think we all believe, certainly when I watch your channel, that Algorand is going to be the future of blockchain. It seems so obvious to me.
Yeah. I feel like, we're just waiting for BlackRocks and big giant institutions, sovereign wealth funds to catch up to what we're on right now. And I always feel like Algorand is like early Amazon or early Apple. That's what it feels like. Just a great tech. The community is amazing. Whole bunch of other things as well.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, I don't like to see these other blockchains struggling, and there's been a lot of unfortunate events over the last few weeks. But I don't know, Algorand is rock solid, man. It's definitely the one that's for the future for me.
Yes, definitely. And you can never go wrong with green, being carbon neutral. Like that was a big part of why I got into Algorand as well. Don't got to worry about all this energy consumption and things.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it takes away the argument. I mean, decentralized blockchains is a fantastic idea, and unfortunately, the original one, the way it was developed, ended up using a lot of energy. It probably wasn't envisaged how much energy it was going to use.
Yeah,
and now we have blockchain 2.0. This is the next version, and it is better, and it's certainly better than anything else out there. Fast, huge, incredible speeds, low transaction fees, which can be changed through a governance vote as well. We can choose to either up them or down them or whatever we feel is necessary when you're a governor. And if you're not a governor in Algorand, go become a governor, people. It's important.
Yes. Yeah, you heard it here.
Yeah, let's take the power away from the whales. You can all make a difference.
Facts. Yes, totally agree with you. Okay, so can we tell them where to find your project, or maybe even yourself? Get some social links, some websites, and I'm gonna definitely take all those links and put it in the description when this launches.
Yeah, sure. So it's algo-casino.com. We're on Reddit as Algorand Casino, on Twitter as Algorand Casino. Just Google us, Algorand Casino. There's only one of us. And
I know. I just did that before the show. Always make. Yeah,
that's good, man. That's good. I'm sure we're easy to find. We seem pretty easy to find. And come and join our community. Our community is fantastic. They're really, really nice bunch of people. As you know, we're not a huge amount of people working on the project, but everyone on our Discord is super helpful. When there's a question, often it's answered by 3 people before I can get to it. So come along, ask a question. We do read all these socials, so even if we don't get back to you straight away, we will get back to you.
Excellent. Cool. Well, I'm going to slide you out. Please stay around for a moment after and do my outro.
All right.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Another great podcast episode bringing value to the Algorand community, to the crypto community as a whole. Make sure y'all go to Algo-Casino. Google them. I'll put all the links in the description. We had Cato here to talk about the project. So again, this is C. Will with the Passive Income Network. I am gone. Passive income, passive income, passive income. Gold in my dental, thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple. We getting all this money to purchase rentals and get passive income, passive income, passive income. Gold in my dental, thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple. We getting all this money to purchase rentals and get